Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. So as the title does suggest, I am starting to get back to some normal lifting. I was able to start with a snatch complex today of, I guess it's called like a yo-yo snatch, but you just do a snatch pull right into a low hang snatch. And I was really trying to do this like a yo-yo snatch where it's connected and not two separate movements with like a break in between, just to really try to force myself to stay over the bar and not to get so far pushed out in front, which I'm finding this is actually a pretty good drill for that. So this will be a complex that I think will be good to have every once in a while, or to have a little bit more frequently than never, which is when I've had them. A lot of no foot, no hook, no feet, no hook stuff from the weightlifting AI, but nothing like this, which is not a problem necessarily anything with the app or the programming or whatnot. It's just, you know, a difference of what's on there, and it's kind of nice to try different complexes. And this is a pretty simple one, and it's one that will give you a little bit extra pulling volume and work on that stabilization. And for me, it really forces me to have to make sure I maintain my position, and the weight really wants to pull you forward. But see here, I missed 100, and this is where things are somewhat getting back to normal. Like that 100 there, I just didn't really commit to it because I was nervous about my hip because it was sore and kind of achy during it, but it was nothing that was getting worse or painful during the workout. It was just kind of standing up once I caught the snatches, and it was like right there when I kind of pitch forward a little bit, it's just like a little bit uncomfortable. So it's just kind of being aware of that. But I was able to push up to here to 110, and I missed it on the first one, and that one I was honestly just ahead, like I was in front of, and it was a technical reason, which is, you know, good in a sense because it's not a pain related reason. I was able to come back and make that, which is pretty good. I don't know what the best in this complex is, but it certainly felt like a pretty good weight, and it'll give me something to really push towards in the future. For the clean and jerk work today, I just focused on just doing some clean plus front squats and just trying to stay upright. I never look very upright in my front squats, but I'm really trying, and you know, sometimes with just the way people are built, it just doesn't work. It actually looks a bit more natural for me to have weight on the bar as far as staying upright, but it's just never perfect. It's all I'm trying to do is to be upright. But went from 61 there up to 100 just for 1 plus 5. This actually felt pretty heavy from the squat wise. Nothing too bad on my legs. For whatever reason, front squats always feel easier after a clean, at least like the first one. If I was gonna do like multiple sets, I'm sure it wouldn't, but I don't know. Front squats always feel like I get in a tighter and better position after a clean. Took a pretty big jump up here to 125, and I believe I did a 1 plus 2. I was pretty nervous about this clean, that it was going to hurt, but nothing really bothered me on there. And the cleans the front squats, I was not very happy with how difficult they felt, but they didn't really hurt too bad, which is kind of the metric. I then took another jump up here to 140 actually, and this one I was really nervous about, you know, something happening, but nothing did, which is good. And just kind of felt how weak I am right now with just how difficult the stand up on both of those, but it gives me somewhere to push. After both of those movements, I didn't want to do any jerks just because of how aggressive I was with the other two movements and not wanting to, you know, risk an aggravation with doing jerks or anything. So I just did some pressing. Did a set there at 61, up here at 80. Once I pressed 80, I was going to do multiple reps, but I pressed it and I was like, that felt really light. And then I was like, I'm going to try to see if I can do more than one rep with 93. And I don't know if this really counts as more than one rep because it's pretty ugly. I had to walk forward on the first one, and then I think I walked backwards a little bit. Yeah, I'm walking all over the place to do them. I'm on the struggle bus to get that, but I'm pretty sure that's a PR double. It's pretty close to my best ever of 98, so what, 5 kilos underneath, but certainly felt like 110% on both of them. Somehow both of those reps felt like RP 10, and that's why RP is a funny scale, because like I did 2 reps there, but both of them felt like there was no shot of me doing 2. Like the second one felt as difficult as the first one, but I don't know, it's weird sometimes. But anywho, as you see, I'm starting to get back up to some normal lifts. My hip is a little bit still not all there, so I'm still trying to, you know, be somewhat cautious, but I'm also just trying to build back and trying to get back to just hitting weights that are good, but also just accumulating more volume. Because when you do take, I mean, it was only like 4 or 5 days of like really light training and then getting back into it. When you have like days where you can't really train, you're kind of building back, it's important to take baby steps, and my steps are a little bit bigger than a baby's. right now, so I do have to be cautious that if things start to feel more aggravated or not, then I need to dial it back a little bit to make sure everything continues to move in the right direction. But so far so good, nothing's really flaring up to be any worse, and it's kind of slowly getting better, and I'm just really trying to hammer the mobility and the stretching. And honestly, I kind of enjoyed the mobility and stuff like that. A lot of it just feels really good when you're stretching your hip and your back and your hamstrings and all of that. So I don't even really mind doing any of that stuff, and like I've mentioned in previous videos, I have all this time in the summer to kind of hammer out some of that stuff, but thankfully move it in the right direction. But that's it for this one. I'll talk to you on the next video. Peace.